questions.
I just heard somebody say, hey, you guys got any questions? That was Steve Bruneman. He's checking across the board here with Calvin and Trey, because we're heading down the home stretch, guys. And maybe you've each got one final question. Try and keep your answers and questions short, and we'll get everybody in here.
Well, as an attorney in Tarrant County, what's Tarrant County doing to adopt something similar to this?
Well, you have an excellent district attorney in Sharon Wilson who started a program on her own, a DWI court program. And so right now, I think she has done a review, an internal review of the current programs, and she has put the prestige of her office and all of her efforts behind the current programs, and she's fully behind it. And the judges there are doing an outstanding job in the programs that they have. I'm not familiar with each and every program, but I know that they're working with their probation department, defense lawyers, and prosecutors, and especially Sharon Wilson to get the optimum value from these programs.
Did Dallas and Fort Worth work, to play off of Trey's question, together on those issues, or any at all, or not really?
Not really, but okay. If I'm so fortunate as to be elected district attorney, she and I have had these conversations, and I've had these conversations with most of the North Texas district attorneys. I think that with my knowledge and skill base that I can help them. And I think we can probably set some standards, and maybe I'd like to see if we as a region can't close another prison or two.
Yeah.
All it takes is 2,000 fewer people, and you can shut one down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to dispel a myth here that John Creuzot is not soft on crime, okay? So even though he's doing great things for the state and for deserving people, if you deserve to go to the prison, you will go to prison with John or by John or, prosecution-wise. John, we don't have a whole lot of time here, but tell us why you want to be DA and why you think you'd be maybe the best choice for DA.
Well, I think my background and experiences of leadership and innovative leadership is a quality that no one else will bring to the table. While I respect and love, not just respect, but love and respect Faith Johnson. And we don't even know if the two of us will be in the general election, but I just want to talk about myself, and that is what I've done. And if you look back, whether I was a prosecutor, I was a top prosecutor. When I did defense work before, I was a top defense lawyer. 2 years in a row, and perhaps 3, D Magazine, best defense lawyer in Texas. My peers have voted me one of the best defense lawyers. That's outside of D Magazine. And twice recognized as a top criminal district judge in the state of Texas. But it's because it's hard work and it's heart work. It's hard work to work Tuesday nights and Friday mornings to do all of this extra stuff and to follow these folks and to take an interest in their lives. And you certainly can't do it without caring, and that's where the heart work comes in. So that's the theme of our campaign, hard work. In fact, our website is www.hard, H-A-R-D, work, heart, H-E-A-R-T, work.com. And that's what this is all about. We want to bring hard work and heart work. We want to change the face of criminal justice. We want to be innovative, and we want to make this system more responsive to the needs of the individual people on the streets, to the communities, and to the neighborhoods.
Do you think these programs are reducing crime in Dallas County?
I know they are, because as we started these programs, that's actually, and we got them developed and expanded, that's when crime started going down.
Calvin?
And Judge, I think that what you're saying is you're going to make this opportunity something that's fiscally responsible as well as community responsible. You want to reassess and take a look at the way that we've been dealing with criminal issues in our county and try to do it better.
I think so. Yes, and let me say this. We analyze probation departments and things like that, but nobody's ever analyzed a district attorney's office. And I have some folks ready to do that. Should I be so fortunate as to be elected the Dallas County District Attorney, we're going to have to take a hard look at, from A to Z, top to bottom, and all the sides, and see whether we're doing this right and whether we're being effective in what we do to reduce crime and enhance public safety.
You're having a good time, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Change one thing. What would it be?
Oh, one thing in criminal justice?
Exactly.
Oh, I think the whole aspect of who deserves to go to the penitentiary and who doesn't is called risk assessment. I don't think that we use that enough. And I'd like to say, when you go to the doctor, you may have something wrong with you, or potentially, and a doctor does an assessment. He or she will do a risk assessment, and they'll treat that. as such, whether it's one thing or four things. And we don't do enough of that in the criminal justice system. We just make decisions on the fly, and that's why we wind up with people in the penitentiary who don't deserve to be there, and sometimes people who need to be there back out on the streets. So it works both ways, and I think we need to get better at making that decision.
Really appreciate all your thoughts, and we certainly wish you luck from this point on. John Creuzot has been our special guest alongside his son Ethan, who would like to follow in his footsteps someday, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Well, I'll tell you very quickly. My son was with me every place I went when I was a television broadcaster. And I'll tell you, as a sportscaster, he went to spring training, the Olympics, you name it. And then he ended up going to Baylor and to grad school at TCU in television film, started a production company, and then when I retired, we did it together. And we went to Normandy a couple of years ago on the 70th anniversary of D-Day, and we both won an Emmy for the documentary we put together. Highlight of my professional life. So, following in the footsteps of your dad, I'm very proud of my business partner, who's my son. You should, be pleased with what your dad does.
Absolutely.
Good role model, my friend, and
Yes, sir.
all the very best to you. All right, guys, I guess that's it. Steve, thanks for bringing John in. This was great stuff.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. John, again, we wish you well.
Thank you.
Ethan, we wish you all the best, too.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to be watching you.
All right.
All right. And for Calvin and for Trey, I'm Scott Murray, and as we always remind you, live your life as a go-getter, but share your life as a go-giver. Till next Sunday here on 570 KLIF at 5 o'clock. From this point on, I'm Scott Murray. Good night, Texas.